Enter through the Baladaksha Mavat to get a glimpse of the old fort entrance. The old entrance consists of a plaque where the British crown held by a lion from its right side and by a unicorn from the left side. The plaque is carved with the royal emblem of Ireland dating back to the period of King George III of England, placed after the colonization of Gaul by British. This is the amazing Dutch hospital which has been restored by the Urban Development Authority of Sri Lanka. The original hospital was built in the 17th century by the Dutch and was in fact 3 times larger than the existing building. After the deterioration of the site when the British took over the occupation of the south coast of Sri Lanka around 1850, they developed the structure into military barracks. Today, the renovated Dutch hospital consists of 8 shops on the ground floor and 10 on the first. According to the Urban Development Authority, these are designed to accommodate shops selling jewelry, garments, and many other souvenirs that tourists love. It has several classy restaurants serving both local and foreign food. The Galle Fort is the harbour where the Portuguese, under the leadership of Lourenço de Almeida, made their first landing in 1505, causing a notable change in developments on the island, with their close friendship with Dharmaparakam, then king of the country. This was the beginning of the fort's history, which was built by the Portuguese along with Franciscan chapel, now mostly in ruins inside the fort in 1541. The fort also in later years served as a prison camp to incarcerate Sinhalese natives who opposed the Portuguese. The Portuguese had moved to Colombo from Gaul as they preferred the latter. In 1588, however, they were attacked by Sinhalese king Rajasingha I of Sitawaka, which was forced the Portuguese to return to Gaul. At Gaul, they initially built a small fort out of palm trees and mud. They called it the Santa Cruz and later extended it with a watchtower and 3 bastions and a fortalice to guard the harbour. In 1640, the events took a turn with the Dutch entering the fray, joining hands with King Rajasingha II to capture the Galle Fort. The Dutch, with a force of some 2,500 men under Coster, captured the fort from the Portuguese in 1640 itself. Although not an ideal situation for the Sinhalese, they were instrumental in building the fort as seen in its present form in the Dutch architectural style. Fortifications were added up to the early 18th century. The establishment consisted of public administration buildings, warehouses and business houses and residential quarters. A Protestant church planned by Abraham Antonius was also built in Baroque style in 1775 to cater to the colonists and the local people who were converted to Christianity. The most prominent buildings in the fort complex were the commander's residence, the arsenal and the gun house. Other buildings erected in the fort catered to trade and defense requirements such as workshops for carpentry, smithy, rope making and so forth. They also built an elaborate system of sewers that were flooded at high tide, taking the sewage away to sea. The British took over the fort on 23rd February 1796, 1 week after Colombo was captured. Sri Lanka remained a British colony formally from 1815 till it became an independent island nation in 1948. Point the Galle Light. Another name for Galle Lighthouse. Built in 1848, it is the oldest light station in Sri Lanka. The lighthouse is 26.5 meters high and is located within the Galle Fort. Its exact location is about 6 meters above the road level on the ramparts at the place known as the Point Utrecht Bastion. This location gives a full view of the ships entering the Galle harbour. The Galle Lighthouse is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is a well-known tourist attraction in Galle. The lighthouse was first lit in the year 1939. The Galle Fort Clock Tower, another majestic monument that is situated in Galle Fort. It overlooks the central moon bastion, which also happens to be the site of the old guard room. Constructed in 1883, it is a very popular landmark in the Galle Fort. It was built in recognition of Dr. P. D. Antonians, a colonial surgeon. The clock was the gift of a patient named Muthiar Samson D. Abraham Rajapaksha. The tower stands 4 stories high. There are several heritage monuments within the fort like the Dutch Reformed Church, the National Maritime Museum, residence of the commander, and the Great Warehouse. The fort compound also contains a mosque known as the Mira Mosque, built in 1904. The layout of the fort is in the form of a small walled town, complete with road network and streets. Several buildings and streets are considered Dutch legacy as they continue to retain their vintage names and characteristics. It has managed to withstand the Boxing Day tsunami of 2004, and any damage done to it has since been restored. This video was shot during the COVID pandemic of 2020. Please subscribe and turn on your bell notifications for new videos like this. Ayubowan.
මුහුදේ යමු මසුන් මරන්න දියබේ ඔරුව දියත් කරන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න භයානකයි මුහුදේ යන අපේ ජීවිතේ දිය රකුසා බලා හිදී යන එන පැත්තේ දිය රැලි මැත්තේ ඔරුව සැලී දෙපැත්තේ උදව්වකට කෙනෙක් නොමැත්තේ මුහුදේ යමු මසුන් මරන්න දිය බේ ඔරුව දියත් කරන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න සුලං හමන්නේ සැර විදුලි කොටන්නේ සටපට ගාලා එන ගෙඩි පුපුරන්නේ රැල්ල නැගෙන්නේ ඔරුවේ හැපි බිදෙන්නේ ඔරුවේ රුවල හැකිලී යන්නේ මුහුදේ යමු මසුන් මරන්න දියබේ ඔරුව දියත් කරන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න වාරකන් නිසා වෙරළේ අඩ ඉන්න දරු පවුලක් තමා යනවා මසුන් ගෙනෙන්න මුකුත් නොදන්න මේ දිවි රැක ගන්න අපට ලැබෙයි යහතින් ඉන්න මුහුදේ යමු මසුන් මරන්න දියබේ ඔරුව දියත් කරන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න ආපු දරු රැක ගන්න අපට මාළු ලබා දෙන්න දෙවියනේ අප රැක ගන්න